Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I finally got a hat, I got a shirt, check it out. I got the lucky few arrows on my back. Pretty awesome. Shout out to Rapid Hats for hooking it up. Thank you very much.
You know, I know, trademarked. But what are they gonna say? It's in my skin, bitch!
Today, I'm going to make a point about your spreaders. So, I have always had my Scott spreader, and for some reason, Scott spreaders like to leave lines in your yard. Now, I only have the Edguard DLX, and I know they have the Elite as well, and maybe that's different. And looking at pictures, it is a little bit different because the spinning rack sits a little bit higher than the wheels. See how it sits below the wheel? Whereas this one is much higher than the wheel. The other thing is the hollow wheels. When you are spreading, fertilizer gets built up in those hollow wheels, and then as you're walking, it leaves it, as the wheel turns around and around, it's leaving trails of fertilizer, hence the lines in your yard. So I reached out to Scott's, and they're pretty difficult to communicate with, which I get. They're the #1 lawn company in the US. I mean, they're everywhere, right? They kind of have a little bit of a monopoly. That's why us DIYers are TIYers. Try it yourself, you know. Anyway, I like Scott's products, okay? So I use Scott's fertilizers, I use Scott's weed and feed, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not saying don't use Scott's. What I'm saying is do a little bit of research, and if you have lines in your yard too, you need to figure out if that's causing it and to upgrade your spreader. With that said, check it out. Earthway EvenSpread. Now, I did not buy this. I asked a buddy who only uses it for de-ice in the winter. So it's got some rust on it and it needed to be cleaned up pretty good. Wheels are flat. He's had it for a long time. Anyways, I asked if I could borrow it during the summer. So, since I've been using my Scotts all summer, I have these embarrassing lines in my yard. So I'm not going to be using my Scotts anymore. I'm going to be using the Earthway just to prove a point. Well, and it's just a nicer spreader. It's easier to use and whatnot. But I'm going to be proving a point that it's not me for the overlapping. It's not me user error. I believe it is the Scott spreader, the buildup in the tires, and I'll prove it.
Yes, me, the same guy who once shaved his ass to win a $5 bet. Prove it!
Just kidding.
I'm gonna be throwing Milo down tonight. So I've got two 50-pound bags. If you do 17 pounds per 1,000 and you want 4,000 square feet, you need to have 68 pounds. But I don't have 68 pounds for 4,000. What I have is 50 pounds for 4,000. So if you do 13 pounds per 1,000, you need 52. So it's a little less than that. It's like 12.75, let's say, times 4. Okay, that's 51. So 12.5 times 4. Oh, okay.
But we're gonna figure it out there.
So it is 12.5 pounds per 1,000, and that goes right out to 50 pounds. So that's what I need. And at 12.5 pounds, everything in that bag is 6% nitrogen, so you times it by the 6%, and you're exactly at 3/4 pound of nitrogen per 1,000. That's perfect. I like it. Let's do it. Let's throw it down, and let's hope for the best. I'm just going to be setting it to a very small opening so that I get used to how much comes out before I go any further. So I'm kind of a guess and check guy anyways, so let's get after it.
Here we go, we're in the first longest yard.
First longest yard. Ready?
Yep.
Make sure it's closed. It's closed. Ooh, you smell that?
Yeah. touchy. Don't touch Lily. Ew.
Okay, well, I'm sold. These things are expensive though. They're like 239 bucks, I think I want to say. I saw it today on Amazon. I looked it up. They are expensive, but man, they are so easy to use. The big wheels are definitely something that is important. And then the spinning tray above the wheels, and they're not hollow wheels, they're actually tires. So they bounce off. They don't actually bounce off unless you walk slow enough, they bounce off. But this thing's awesome. I am sold, and I don't want to use my Scots anymore because now that I've used this thing, it's like, why would I use my Scots? So thankful that I don't have to use my Scots this summer. Otherwise I'd figure out another plan. I know there's other videos out there that show you how to modify your wheels to not make them hollow. So maybe that's what the route I would take if I didn't have the opportunity to use this spreader. But I'm excited to see what the results look like 7 to 10 days when we actually see the effects of the Milorganite. So with that said, thank you guys for watching. If you are a true Scots fan, which again, they are the leading brand in lawn care, so it's hard to knock them, but some of the products you just have to pay attention to. And if you're going to buy a spreader, maybe the Elite is the way to go. Otherwise, save a couple extra bucks and get a good spreader. I know there's other ones besides the entry-level Scots. There's Earthwise, Anderson's, a Spiker. Spiker would be awesome. Just do some research. I'm just here to say that my Scott spreader makes lines, and I am hopeful that this one does not, because it sits above the wheels. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you guys in the next one, and laters on the Menche.
All right, latest on the Menche.
No. Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay, so what you do is hold it up like that and then just scoot it. Whatever you do, don't drop it this way. Okay. It can go down like that, but and just roll it like that. You gotta push. Okay, go ahead. There you go. Once you get going, that works.